In today's New VR Games video, we'll be going over some very cool announcements that happened last week, followed by a rundown of some of the best new VR games featured in yesterday's Upload VR showcase. Plus, Upload have an exclusive Humble Bundle for PCVR owners where you can grab up to 9 games for £15 or $20, and you'll find a link to that bundle in this video's description. But let's first go over the most recent news regarding Meta's leaked memos and Meta Quest 4. Meta's Reality Labs leaked some internal memos, first reported by Business Insider, revealing major shifts in Meta's upcoming headset plans. Meta is now delaying their ultralight open periphery AR/VR headset codenamed Puffin, which they now may also be referring to as the Quest Air, which will also have a tethered compute puck. And the launch of this headset has now moved from 2026 to the first half of 2027. But more importantly, they are also starting work on their gaming-focused headset, the Meta Quest 4, which they are referring to as a large upgrade over the current Quest. And more importantly, it will no longer be subsidized in a bid to help Reality Labs turn profitable. The release date is now rumored to be mid-2027 or maybe even 2028, and this aligns with Meta's recent pivot, where they are shifting investments from the metaverse, aka Horizon Worlds, towards AI glasses and wearables. As price predictions go, even though it's very early to get into this conversation, I think we should all get ready for a headset costing no less than $700, because I think they will still want to remain competitively priced and not lose their current install base by dropping a headset that costs thousands. I would imagine it will definitely have pancake lenses, eye tracking, face tracking, potentially 120Hz refresh rates, micro OLED displays, and a 3K per eye resolution. We're still very far off knowing anything concrete, but it's clear Meta are here for the long run, which is only a good thing for VR. First up, Legendary Tales, which is one of VR's best soul-like games, is getting its first DLC called Dawn of History for PCVR and PSVR2 in the first quarter of 2026. It will feature massive new areas, new demons, and castles to explore. The developers Urban Wolf Games have added more crafting, loot, and epic bosses, and this can all be explored with up to 4 players. Plus, the game's price has just been reduced to $40, and the Legendary Tales news doesn't stop there, because it's also coming to Meta Quest at some point this month. And after reviewing Legendary Tales on PSVR2 a while back, it's definitely one I'm looking forward to revisiting all over again, because no other game feels like a VR Dark Souls game like this one. It's a physics-based combat dungeon crawler that you can play with up to 4 people with crafting, leveling, and loot, and even though Dungeons of Eternity already has a good head start on Quest, I think they are both great games, and I think they will find their own audiences. And I'm really glad, regardless of what headset you own, everyone will be able to play Legendary Tales. Bootstrap Island is coming to PSVR2, and this is one that every PSVR2 owner should be looking forward to playing. It's set in the 17th century, and you wake up on a deserted island, and you have to hunt, craft, battle storms, diseases, beasts, in a deadly but beautiful open world environment. There's also day and night cycles, and trying to survive the night takes this game to another level. It's one of the more realistic VR survival games and is very immersive. Plus, the PSVR2 version will be feature packed with eye tracking with dynamic foveated rendering, headset haptics where you'll be able to feel the rain on your head, and adaptive triggers. It's already available on Steam, and I definitely recommend it. Now, I've spoken about Remanant Protocol a few times on this channel because I absolutely love space sims. This one is Meta funded, and they are also a publishing partner, and it's coming to Quest and Steam with early access starting March 12th in 2026. In Remanant Protocol, you'll be part of a rebel alliance called the Eponymous Remanant, and you have to take down the oppressive empire. Classic story. You'll be in the cockpit engaging in dogfights between each of the missions of the campaign that will include some strategy elements. You'll be doing research, plan manufacturing, gathering intelligence, recruiting pilots, forging alliances, and then you'll be able to set off as a group to take on the next mission. The developers have said this will be a living, breathing universe filled with shifting alliances with procedurally generated missions combined with a dynamic storyline. And this all sounds fantastic to me. G-Rebels is an action-packed flight sim heavily inspired by G-Police, which I used to absolutely love on PlayStation, and it's getting a VR mode on PCVR. Now, I've already been hands-on with G-Rebels in VR, but this was using UEVR, thanks to the demo they had live during Steam Next Fest. And this is probably how the developers even tried their own game in VR, and like me, they found it worked really well. And anyone on this channel who remembers Aircar, I definitely think this is going to be one you're going to enjoy. Exoshock is one of my most anticipated VR first-person shooters, and after going hands-on with it in an early build a couple of months ago, I definitely feel it's one of the most intense combat experiences I've had in a headset, and it's coming to Steam and Quest. But after yesterday's showcase, we've now learned it's coming to flat screens as well. The devs are also constantly working hard, adding all sorts of stuff like 4-player co-op, new loadouts, weapons, of which there is a new railgun which looks excellent, and all in all, this is just one game I think everyone should keep their eyes on. And if you haven't already, go and check out my last gameplay video, which I'll leave a link to in this video description, and you can join their Discord and check out the alpha yourself. The developers behind Guardians Frontline are making a new VR game called Planetfall, and they are hoping to bring Helldivers to VR. Planetfall is a 4-player PvE co-op shooter with procedurally generated worlds, mechs, and bugs to stomp. Plus they are bringing the very cool map editor from Guardians, which means everlasting content. Out of many of the games shown in yesterday's showcase, this is definitely one I think looks absolutely brilliant, and it's going to be available in early access on MetaQuest 3 and PCVR early in 2026.
30 seconds for extraction.
They're flanking us. Watch out! Run, run!
Orbital cannon incoming.
Another new game which looks really good is called Automa, and this is inspired by Half-Life Alyx, and it's a dystopian story-driven action-adventure coming first to MetaQuest and Steam, with PSVR2 and Steam Frame versions planned for the future. It's set in a near future where fears of an AI misalignment are beginning to come true, and its autonomous forces have already taken over a Southwest Asian city. This is coming from the developers of the Brookhaven Experiment, which was one of VR's first and best wave shooters. And once again, this is one of the trailers from the Upload VR showcase that really stood out to me, and I'd love to know your thoughts about this one and others down in the comments. Alliance Peacefighter is a Star Fox inspired sci-fi shooter I went hands-on with earlier this year because I wanted to check out the VR mode, and I came away very impressed, and to my surprise they are now adding some new DLC called Battle for the Frontier, a pretty cool game called ExtraDimensional, coming to PCVR February 2026. You start as a warehouse delivery guy at Megazon, and your name is Max Ventura. Then suddenly you witness a dimensional rift that rips through your factory and you get sucked into another dimension to find out you are in fact the chosen one. You are armed with quantum gloves which grant you telekinesis powers along with magic powers, and you are the only one who can save this physics playground world from the bad guy currently only known as the Emperor. Admittedly, it does sound a little bit unoriginal, but it also looks excellent at the same time.
She thinks I'm a big deal.
You are the chosen one. Follow me now, O mighty Lord, and I will lead you to the place where the Guardians have kept a special gift for you. The Glove of Power.
Telekinesis activated.
Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you to everyone who leaves a like, as this really helps the video grow, and thanks to everyone who subscribes for more VR content, and I'll see you down in the comments.
Yes.